I think the cruel truth is that anything that you are scared to be will be exactly what you must approach. So, for example, with me, I really, really don't want to be someone who lies. So I'm going to have to lie. People who are scared of something have to do that thing, regardless of, there's no way around it. You are going to get so depressed if you don't do it that eventually your whole everything will go, you have to do it. You just get forced into doing it, and that's just life. You just gotta get through it. So yeah, people who love to be really good, always honest, always, selfless. Unfortunately, we are really freaking narcissistic and become psychopaths. And then for people who really want success and whatever, they need to become an abject failure inside to achieve that. So it's kind of a bit of a bad deal, really. So what is true success? Well, I think true success is it's ineffable. You can't say what that would be because that's just, it's a joke to be able to say it in reality. I guess that's just how it is. And yeah, so here's the cruel reality. Life is necessarily a tragedy where you lose everything you ever thought was important. Because I guess it's just like that. Unfortunately, everyone you love is going to die. You're going to get heartbroken. You're going to get diseases. You're going to get, people shouting at you. You're going to get insane mental health issues. You're going to, everyone has to die in the physical, right? So even if someone has a really, really good life, let's say for their whole life until they're 70, they still have to go that process of dying. No one can escape that. So the fact that when you look back on your life, time isn't such a big deal once you look back. You think, oh, feels like nothing. I've lived 25 years myself. I can't relive the time. So in that case, everyone, when they get to the point of dying, they all have to go through that process. So then there is necessarily no difference between what happens in between. Because if you're suffering a lot and then you die, it's the same as not suffering enough and then you die. You see. Some people just have to suffer. But that's just how it is. And some people don't. Or to a lesser degree. But both still die at the end, if that makes sense. Someone may live longer, some may live shorter, but they both die. So in a way, everyone is equal in that sense. So why am I doing any of this? I don't know. And I can't really say that I know anything that much, apart from... So, yeah, I guess what I would say is that I don't know anything, but I'll say lies. The reason we say lies is because it's just kills the time. Like, everything is necessarily a lie. So, yeah. So why am I doing this? I don't know. Why am I lying? I don't know, because it's something to do. Um, it's just art, right? Life is art. Life, not light. Life is just a piece of art, really. Um, you know, I gave up trying to be an artist because I realized I was living in an art piece, which therefore makes me art, in essence. So don't try to be an artist. Be in the art. Um, Whatever that even means. Um, or even actually helps anyone whatsoever. Because it might help someone. Is anything that makes you feel better equally makes you feel worse. Right, so the good thing causes the suffering, right? So for me, like anything that I enjoy is suffering. So it's like everything is just a level of, every sensation is painful, right? So the body just feels, um, has different feelings, and those feelings aren't necessarily pleasant. They're just there to help you survive in the world. So happiness is actually suffering, believe it or not. So a lot of depressed people think, why can't I be happy? But actually, um, when you look at a happy person, they're actually suffering in their happiness. Although they may not seem like it, um, it's just, it's okay. And even if they don't seem like it, don't you realize that everything is being seen through you? So it's your beliefs about everything which is happening. It's just like it's a weird phenomena. You know, you get a lot of people. You talk about like Neville Goddard type stuff. You know, I was watching that whatever Guy Junior guy who was like, everything in your world is basically like people don't exist, right? You know, that kind of stuff. It's all valid, like, right? So I think the thing that people need to start realizing is that they need to start believing that God exists as a guy in the sky with a beard, as like the universe, as Allah, as Jehovah or whatever. You have to accept everything, or you could deny everything. It's either way. You know, what I'm trying to say is that the words aren't going to do it justice. The words aren't the things that actually describe it, right? So I'm talking to you through like this weird thing, but actually, you know, let's say you were just with me in a room, you would understand immediately without me talking what I was trying to communicate. That's like this concept of light communication in the Course of Miracles or whatever. It's like you don't need to talk to communicate. You don't even need to be present in the same room to communicate with someone, actually. It can actually be done whenever you want to do it. Because it's all in here. Well, it's all through your perception, right? So when someone comes up in your world, that's just you doing it all, right? If you're part of God, then it's you doing it all. So yeah, so basically, it's okay to just be alive, and yeah, don't be afraid to be someone who necessarily does harm to people, because you know, it's there's so much hypocrisy in everything, and it has to be hypocritical, right? So you know, I love it when you see um, people who have really, really strong stances towards certain things, um, and you know, I'm necessarily taking glee in the suffering of other people because it's just me, right? So someone might be a vegetarian, let's say, for the sake of not having the suffering of animals. and then you might have someone who eats meat. Okay. Who creates more? Who causes the least suffering? How is that even a? Where do you even start with that sort of question? Because you could think, okay, well, if you don't eat animals, then are you causing less suffering? Or you could say, yes, I mean, the animals aren't being killed for you to eat them. Right. Okay. What is suffering? When an animal dies and you feel bad, is it the animal suffering or is it you suffering seeing the animal die? Right. So if you have empathy for something, then it will necessarily cause you discomfort, which is therefore your suffering. Okay, so let's say you were to stop being empathetic towards that, then it wouldn't cause you suffering. Okay, so let's say you were a vegetarian and you saw someone eating meat and it caused you a lot of pain and you were very angry at that person. Who's in pain? Is it you or is it the animal? I think it's you, right? So I think the thing here is that I'm the one causing all my own pain, and but the thing is, there's also no way of stopping it. So why is any of this happening? Well, the reason this is happening is because it just happens. that's the only. For some reason, we all gotta go through pain, and I don't think it really particularly matters if you starve yourself to death, or you live a long life eating vegetables, or you lead a long life eating meat. Who suffers more? Who suffers less? When you're trying to make the world a better place, what and how are you doing that? And are you seeing how that is coming from yourself? Right? So, I'm sort of blaming people here, but then I'm trying to root it back to see where it is causing suffering within myself. Yes. So, why is any of this happening? I don't know. I really don't know. So why do I believe so much that these things that cause me pain are so real and such a real threat? I don't know, and I don't know how to stop it, and I don't have free will either. So what the hell is this circus? What the hell is going on? And why are people tormented the whole time? It's such a strange paradox, and it's so strange. It's all pain. It's all of it. All of it is made of suffering. There is no point to try and think any of this is redeemable. But at the same time, we're going to act like that for some reason. It's such a strange strange way. It's so strange. And, you know, don't be afraid to call suffering, because what's the difference between the suffering of moving a finger versus stepping on an ant versus, you know, and I don't want to say this on camera, but you know what I mean. You could go to any logical extreme, and it's all because this world is made for suffering. And no matter what physical circumstances, the suffering will be the same, because it's all in you. It is only me here, right? Even though it doesn't feel like it. It's a bit of a burden being able to see the truth and also live in the fakeness at the same time. It's like this contradiction. It's so contradictory because I know that there's freedom, and then I know that this world has so many of these things that I think are real about it. I'm thinking about them and suffering, and then realizing, wait, I'm also have eternal peace within me. What the hell is going on? What is going on here? It's such a strange thing. As I said, I can't do anything about it. It's just a weirdness. And that's just how it is. It's just necessarily what it's going to be. So there we go.